I've cloned Alex Hormozi as my business strategist using Claude AI. And here's what's happened and how you can do it too. It literally takes 3 steps and about 15 minutes. If you're new here, my name is Vaughn Littlejohns. I'm a director of technology and innovation. This is what my AI advisor has just told me that I need to shift my entire business strategy. Let's get into it. And I said, hey, look, I'm currently building a 30-day, 30-way AI implementation for teachers. I'm currently running a vibe coding cohort in a few weeks. What should be my focus? And it said, okay, well, let's do it. Brutal reality check. And I've been thinking about this for ages. You're making the same mistake twice. I'm marketing to teachers. Teachers, as we all know, don't have money because they're underpaid, they're undervalued in that sense. However, schools are crying out for this kind of work to support the teachers. And ideally, I work with leaders all the time. I'm working with the principals. I'm working with the head of the school. I'm working with the head of the departments rather than specific teachers. And then they go and distribute. And it said, hey, look, you're going wrong avatar. You're doing your wrong value ladder. You're wasting your time. And then it said, hey, you need to go AI transformation for school leaders rather than teacher. Broken it down, giving me the maths, the reason for it, the implementation plan, what I should be doing. And they said, look, this is really good, but my limiting beliefs are getting in the way. This is because I'm building by myself. I'm working full time. I've only got one virtual assistant who's a video editor. My current role, director of tech, is I'm basically doing these kind of processes. I'm auditing AI implementation. I'm creating readiness assessments. I'm putting in place a policy. But I suppose my challenge is I'm conflicted because I feel like the business plan is good for a full team. I said, hey, look, you're exactly right, but you've said something really important. And it said, you're literally building the product right now and just getting paid to do it. And here is the solo operator reality. Now, it's just broken down my path that it's suggesting that I take. And then I've said, hey, look, this is fantastic. I'll go down actual plan. But the cool thing is, it said one of Alex's fundamental principles, and he says, you can choose your monster. The bigger the monster, the better the story. And it's finished with that. It says you've got 2 options. Keep building the email funnels for the teachers to stay stuck, maybe make 20K in 6 months, or build one email, send it to your school leaders, sell your audits, sell your assessment, AI integrations, and help them make more impact. And which one feels scarier? Because this is the reality that when we're looking at business, the scarier it is, the bigger the monster, well, that's the one you should do. So for me, this is like honestly a really insanely impactful way of using Claude and having a strategist that is aligned with, hiring the world leader in marketing, sales, and everything business. So let's dive in to Claude. Let's look at a skill creator and let's get into what I've built and how you can do it too. So pretty much we can jump into Claude. I'm going to show you first what I've created. Now, this is just unreal. I basically set up a skill creator as the skill. I've then said, hey, look, I'm struggling as a beginning entrepreneur on marketing, sales, pretty much funnels, all these things that you have to learn to do business. And I've been following Alex Hormozi for years, about 3-ish years since I got onto this sort of journey. And what he does is just break down really complex business concepts into actionable frameworks and easy to follow processes. And for me, his work in his $100 million book series, his podcasts, his YouTubes, is just so fundamental. I was like, well, I want him as my business advisor to tell me this is what I should be doing and why I should be doing it, and then how can I go forward. So that's exactly what I've done on Claude. So if we have a look, this is just a history. I've said, hey, look, Claude, you've got a skill creator, and my focus is to build an executive team for my business, essentially acting in various roles. Your first skill and role, I need you to build out a business advisor and coach trained in the principles of Alex Hormozi. The skill advisor will provide context on my working problems I encounter and then provide solutions based on his frameworks, like he discusses on his YouTube channel, the podcast, and his $100 million book series. Can you do this? Because I was just curious, can you actually do this? And then what context might you need to get started? And we went through a process. It's like, fantastic. This is what I need. Context. I need your specific use cases. What do you do for your business? what principles or frameworks you want from Alex, and then references, and then decision making. Because I find that with working full time, sometimes I can just get fatigued in decision making. I just need to say, this is what you're going to do and why. And so pretty much I said, look, excellent. Go back through my past conversations. A really cool feature Claude has just introduced is the ability to have a memory to go back into your past conversations and chat history. ChatGPT has had this for a while, but Claude has just brought it in, and it is so good, because it means I don't have to prompt and give information, and just continually provide more context. So, and then I've just said, hey, I want all of Alex's frameworks. And then the decisions, I want all of the above, but I want direct recommendation with reasoning and simple implementation strategies. It's gone through all my past chats. It's found my business, and it said, hey, look, you're doing AI Vibe Coding Collective, which is a cohort of running for teachers, teaching them how to create resources in minutes rather than hours. And then pretty much gone through all the different other aspects. And the really cool thing is, it's saying, hey, here's your skill set. You're doing AI development tools. You're running educational workshops. You've got copywriting, funnel design, business strategy consulting. And then it's actually picked up wine industry and agriculture as an interest for business. And I said, hey, that's really good. But the vineyard was when I was helping my brother determine if he wanted to buy a vineyard for his winemaking business. So I just had to remove all that. So it's done it. It's then looked at skills. It has gone through, and it is broken down. Now there's a tracker when it comes up and it's processing, and it's like 400 something skills that was identified from Alex's skill set. And then it's removed whatever is not really needed, packaged it up, and here's your skill. It's said, look, we've got Alex's core frameworks that are implemented. Awesome. We've got your business context, understanding what I want to do and why. Various different types of reasoning, special use cases, and then how to use. Simply just ask a business question, and it'll trigger a discussion or a response, and there it'll generate what you're looking for, and then other key features to just consider. So let's go and show you really quickly the simple process. I think it's about 2 steps, maybe 3, on how to do this. So pretty much, if you open up Claude, you've got a new chat. I'll just get rid of that. You've got a new chat. Here it is. Simple as go down to your profile, go to settings, and then what we're going to do is, as I said, go to capabilities, scroll down, and what you'll see is skills. This is a preview. It's not fully working in all aspects. However, it's already got these pre-built skills for you. You want branding, you want creatives, you want internal communication, like consistency. But I wanted skill creator, and it had it. This is going to create the skill for you. So I turned it on. All you do is then try and chat. Here it is, and that's where you put as much context as you want. Remember, context enables accuracy. Basically, the more context you give, the more information you can provide, the better your responses are going to be. And then once you've downloaded, you can see it'll create it. You hit download, and then all you need to do is, I'll go back in the settings, upload skill, paste it in, and now you've got, as I said, here's my Alex Hormozi business advisor. So honestly, pretty unreal capabilities for AI integration, and just the ability to get clear strategy. And I just think about all the use cases for, learning, education, any skill set you want to build out. You now got a coach, an advisor you can clearly use, and say that was too much information. I could tell it, hey, break this down into single point steps only. You can do all sorts. But let me know what you think. I feel like it's really pretty unreal. Let me know in the comments. If you've got any questions, happy to see if I can answer them. And if you're keen for things like what I'm already building, the AI readiness assessment for school leaders, or the AI vibe coding to turn resources or create resources in minutes rather than hours, there's a wait list in the description. I hope you have a great day. Remember, effort equals results. Keep innovating, keep exploring, and let's look at what this technology can do for all of us. All right, I'll see you in the next one.